Yes. So I've pasted few chat links. So I want all of you to open a chat box and you can paste these links somewhere in your notepad for your record. So first link is of syllabus link. You can check your syllabus on this particular link, what all topics you will be going to cover. So in case you have not enrolled yet, no need to worry. You can complete your payment process and you can join this batch. Yes, you have complete right to give us a feedback. For that, you just need to fill up this form. In case you want to know in detail about this particular batch, for that you need to click on this all batch detail link and you'll get it. In case you have any further queries, feel free to email us at support@numpsys.com or you can drop us a WhatsApp message on these two particular numbers. So now with this, I would like to invite Mr. Vikram at the platform to have a quick introduction with you. He's a wonderful mentor. He's having conceptual clarity. His classes are very engaging and interesting. And he's been taking Olympic classes since so long with the Olympic SSS. So with this, over to you, Vikram, sir.
Hi, thank you, ma'am. So is nobody going to turn on their cameras in the class?
Yeah, that's little.
Okay. So let me introduce myself. Let me begin with my introduction. My name is Vikram Rawat, and by education, I'm a mechanical engineer. And I've been in the field of education for the past 7 to 7.5 years now. And I train people for Olympiads of mathematics, science. I teach Vedic mathematics, and I also train people for various other competitive exams. So that's my introduction, and looking forward to have a quick demo and discussion of the topics.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So now we'll be going to have a quick presentation on the screen, which Miss Mabel is going to share. Then we'll be going to have a dashboard.
I hope my screen is visible. Okay, I welcome you all on the platform of Olympiad Success. So Olympiad Success is the India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad examination. We are the India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad preparation, one of its kind yearly program that includes courses that matter. We are having 8 courses, School Plus program, mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, spoken, written, Vedic maths, and coding. What else we provide? We provide one-on-one online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB classes from grade 2 to grade 12, and one-on-one preparation classes for various Olympiads. You can meet our rank holders. These are kids like you only, no need to worry. You just need to spare extra 2 hours of regular studies because Olympiad examination is quite a little tougher than the regular curriculum. So, of course, we are having live Olympiad sessions, group sessions with around 20 students delivered through Zoom by tutors with significance of teaching experience, having 3 sessions per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 p.m. till 9:15 p.m. with 5 minutes of break. This session includes topic-wise mock tests and previous year papers. Student will get the reading material and practice question, which will be available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. And student will also get a free access to Olympiad Success platform to practice the topic-wise mock test. So syllabus is available on this particular link, and the fee of the course is rupees 10,036. It is a 40-session course and payment can be made by using this link. This fees includes online class, daily reading notes and exercise, practice of previous year paper, and access to Olympiad Success platform. What else you require? A laptop or desktop with good internet speed and headphones with a better audio clarity. So live classes will be starting from 3rd of September 2025. In 2024, Olympiad Success has students from more than 5,000 schools across India and abroad. So this is all about PPT. I hope I'm clear. Yes, Arsh? Okay, ma'am. Over to you, Pooja, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So for the dashboard tour, what you have to enter this URL olympiaschools.com, wherein you will be directed towards this page, wherein you need to enter your email ID with which you will register on this platform. After signing in, you'll get your profile details. Check it in case you find any error. You can update it over here. Okay, so where you can find your content, you have to go under the section live classes, select your subject, and of course topic, and here you'll get your everything, your reading material, practice questions and answer keys, schedule for your better understanding that in which session you're going to cover which particular topics. So I'll show you what all things are mentioned over there in the schedule. So you can see after completion of every chapter, there is a test discussion that in case you have any doubts after solving tests, you'll get to know about this particular chapter and you can discuss your doubts with your mentor. So last, there will be super classes, and super classes you'll be going to cover previous year papers. Okay. So here you go with the holiday calendar for your reference that you should not miss any of the sessions because already we do have festival holidays. Here you go with the rating field. As you can see, there are 6 sets. I'll be going to show you just one as of now for your reference. Later on, once you enroll with us, you can have access of all this material. So here you go with the content part. Of course, there are chocolate questions also in the last. So here you go with the practice question and answer keys. Okay. So here are the answer keys. Moving forward, you can have access of the worksheet, which will be more practice for you. You need to select worksheet and of course subject, and here you'll get. So I'll show you how you can attempt this worksheet also. And which particular topic you want to attempt, you need to click on take exam, read instructions, tick this box, start worksheet. So here you can see the questions. So I'm filling up the random answers. So I'm sure you're going to fill once you have picked this, all the topics. So once you've done all the questions, you can submit your worksheet. For that, click on finish button. So the best part of this platform is the moment you are done, you can check your performance parallelly of this worksheet, how you have performed it. In case you have not understood any subtopic from the main topic, you can ask from your mentor. Click on performance button. And here you can see today I have attempted this worksheet. You need to select your subject, of course, once again. And today is 27. Click on view button. So you can see here are the 2 questions which we have attempted performance. Okay. So this is how you can have access of your material on the dashboard. So now we are open for the QA round. If anybody's having any doubt, please type it in the chat box. We'll be happy to answer each and every query. Otherwise, we'll be good to begin with the demo. This is subject material. Just a moment. I can't find it easily from the website. So this material will be given to you once the child is enrolled. If the child is already enrolled, then you can contact us on these 4 numbers. So they will be going to give an access on the registered email ID. Means we cannot give you access like this right now. Once the child is enrolled with us, then we can do it. Okay. Any other doubt? Or shall we begin with the demo? I think we can begin, Vikram, sir. Over to you, sir. Yes, class size limit would be maximum 20. It will be less than 20, but max is it goes beyond 12 to 15, not more than that. We keep a ratio according to that only, that each and every child should get proper attention. Any other doubts, sir, or shall we begin? Okay. Yes, so now we're going to have a teaching part. So Vikram sir can continue.
Okay, hi everybody. I hope I'm audible. Before we begin with the demo, just give me a minute. I'll just share a PPT with you. Okay, thank you. I hope the PPT is also visible. So since said that his favorite topic in mathematics was data handling, we are going to discuss data handling today. And see, this is a very interesting topic. First of all, let's understand what data handling is. Let me start with a question. Let's say I ask all of you, for how many hours do you study every day? Right? Now, the number of hours you study every day is going to be different. Maybe on Monday you studied for uh, 2 hours, but on Tuesday you were only able to study for an hour. On Wednesday, let's say you study for 3 hours or more, right? So how do you tell me that how long do you study? So if you have a collection of data, if you know that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you studied for these many hours, you can easily, okay, Arsh is saying 3 hours every day. Okay, that's great. But that's not the point. The point is, how do you tell somebody? If it is not same every day, how do you tell that? Or for example, how does a teacher know that what is the performance of a class? Let's take my example. Let's say I have 4 different batches. So how will I know which batch is performing the best? I can tell the best performing batch by knowing the average score of the students, right? For that, I need to have the whole data. Even for our economy, when we say that India is the fourth largest economy, how do we know that? It is because we have collected data about how the amount people earn, the average of amount people earn, right? And in data handling, now when it's a very huge data, you need some tools to handle and to understand this data. How do you do that? We'll talk about everything in this topic. Hmm, just give me a minute.
What happened, Vikram?
I'm not able to share the PPT.
Sorry,
I'm not able to share the PPT, this
I'll
demo.
share once.
Okay, now I think I can do it. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So, first of all, when you collect data, the collected data or the unorganized data is called the raw data. Then uh, you have to arrange this raw data into a format which can be read or could be understood by people. Now, there are some terms related to data handling, and all of these terms are very important and very interesting. Anybody tell me what's mean? Okay. So when you talk about mean is basically the average of a given data. For example, let's say when I ask Arsh, what's your score? What was your score in the last exam? So you would have got different score in every subject. So when you tell me your score, it would be a mean or the average of your score. You will add all the marks and you will divide it by the number of subjects, and that would be your mean or your average, right? But again, mean cannot be the only data that I would require. I'll give you an example. For your mark sheet, for your result, mean could be a good term to define your marks. But let's say when we talk about economy of India and you calculate the mean. So in this mean, data of Ambani, Adani, Tatas, everybody will be there. So when you calculate the average will be skewed. That means it won't be a fair value that comes out because it has everybody, a person who's not earning anything plus the top richest men of India. So to get a very fair data on this, we have another term called the median. Now what's median? Median is the middle data. For example, uh, okay, let's look at the examples one by one. Let's say in a class, we had a maths test and there were 5 students. It was 100 marks test. One got 80, one got 90, somebody got 70, 80, and 90. So now the mean of this data would be simply adding all the marks, that is 70 plus 80 plus 80 plus 90 plus 90, and dividing by the total. Total is 5. Okay, so what will we get? 8 to the 16, 9 to the 18, 16 plus 18 would be 34. 34 plus 7 would be 41. Which will be 82, not percent. So the average score will be 82, right? Now, if we have to calculate the median of the same data, if we had to calculate the median, what we'll do instead of taking out the average, let's write the data again. 80, 90, 70, 80, 90. Now this is unorganized or raw data. First of all, we need to convert it into, or we need to write it in an order. Order would be increasing order. 70, 80, 80, 90, and 90. So whatever is the middle value is the median. That means 80 will be the median. Am I making sense here? Please just give me a thumbs up if you understand this. Arsh, is this clear? At the bottom of your screen, there is a button to react. You can simply give me a thumbs up if you've understood the difference between mean and median. Okay, okay, great. Now, what is mode? So mode is the most frequently occurring data. I'll try to explain this. Let's say if we had another number here, that is 80. So if now you look at the data, it's 70, 80, 80, 90, and 90. The most repeated data here is 80. So 80 will be the mode. Now to understand this better, let me write it in one word. Mean is the average. For example, let's say I collected money from everybody. Somebody gave me 10 rupees, somebody gave me 20, somebody gave me 100, somebody 50. Now I want to distribute this money amongst 10 people. So if I want to distribute this money equally, I would take help of mean. I would use mean as the value to know what money should I distribute to everybody so that everybody gets an equal share. That will be the average. Then median. For the same data, median will tell me the middle value of the money that I received. Like I told you, let's say somebody gave me 5, somebody gave me 10, somebody gave me 20, somebody gave me 50, somebody gave me 100, right? So the middle term here is 20. So 20 will be the median. So median is the middle term. Then what's mode? Most frequent term. Okay, let's understand the use case scenario of mean, median, and mode. For example, if you have to calculate the average of your score, you will use the term mean. If you want to know about the average rainfall, how much rain falls over a land area, you will use mean. When you talk about if you like cricket, you might have seen there are average scores of all cricketers. So for that you use mean. Where can you use median? So I think it was year 2016. I'm not sure about the year, but in 2016, a survey was conducted and the age of Indian people was recorded. So the middle age that the middle term of all the collection of ages came out to be 27. Now, what does this tell us? That in a collection of whole data, right from a 1 year kid to the oldest guy in India, this is the middle term. That means usually, so this data is telling us that India is a very young country because the middle data is 27. Can you imagine this? If you look at a data of a country, you will have to use your imagination. For this, you can close your eyes. Let's say you're noting down age of different people. Let's say we are doing it for a class of 50 people and we note down the age of these 50 people. So let's say you start with the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10, 9, 6, 5, and so on. Right? Now, when you arrange this, you will generate, since the highest, the uppermost age is 10, and you will see that usually everybody is very young. So the median will come out to be somewhere around 7 or 8, which shows that this class is of very young students, very young people. Is this clear to everybody? The concept of median and where to use it? If this is clear, then let's talk about the use of mode. What does that mean? Sir, you say, okay, 20, Arsh, I did not say 2060. I said 2016. 2016. The year. I said it was in the year 2016. 2016. Why use median? Why use median? Sorry, I could not understand this. Why use median age and not average? Okay. See, it's not that you should use median or mean. I am simply explaining the difference between median and mean. If you were to calculate the median, it would be the middle term. For ages, why do you use median? Because the middle term will tell you that most of the population lies in this bracket. That means most of the people are young in India. I was giving an example of year 2016. For a classroom, calculating median of the ages does not make any sense. It was simply to explain. But if you look at the larger picture, let's say if you collect the data of age of a country, let's say you collect the data of Japan and the median comes out to be 60, just a hypothetical situation. Let's say the median age of Japan comes out to be 60. So what does this data tell us? This data is telling us that usually people are around the age 60. That means it's a very old country. Old country as in the population is very old in Japan. When for India it comes out to be 27, it tells us that most of the people in India are very young. We have removed the extremes. I'll give you another example. Let's say you go out to buy a house, right? And you want to know on average, like what is the amount that you can spend to buy a good house, right? So if you have to know this data, for this data, you would require median. Median would be a better term to tell you how much amount are you going to spend. The reason is because there, let's say on average, uh, let's take the minimum first. The minimum a person can spend to build a house, this is just hypothetical, is let's say 10 lakh. So using all the government schemes and everything, you can build a house for 10 lakh. Maybe just one room or two rooms, whatever it is, right? And the highest you can spend is in crores. Let's say 1000 CR, right? So this, if you calculate the mean, these data, that is the houses of thousands of crores, will skew the data, will not give you the correct reading, because that's not what an average person wants. The average person does not want the 10 lakh rupee house, and he also does not want the thousands and crores of house. What he wants is the average price. So if you calculate the median of the house prices, you will get the middle one. Let's say the middle comes out to be 1 CR. So a person has to spend somewhere around 1 CR to get a house. So that's the use of median. Now, when it comes to mode is very interesting and very useful. Let's say you have a business and you manufacture, let's say shoes. So there are different sizes that you manufacture, size 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now you collect the data of shoes that are being ordered from your website or from your company. Let's say uh, for the size 6, there are 10 shoes that are being ordered, or make it 10,000, whatever it is. For 7, it is, let's say, 20,000. 8, it's 15. For 9, it is 16. For 10, it is, let's say 5. Right? So this data tells you that most of the people order size 7. So when you start manufacturing these shoes, you will keep that in mind that usually people are ordering the size 7. So you will manufacture size 7 more. So this is where mode helps you. It tells you which is the most selling thing. For example, let's say I'm a ice cream vendor. I sell ice creams and I ask everybody, what's your favorite flavor? One person says chocolate, another one says vanilla, another one says strawberry. Another one says again chocolate, another says again chocolate. So I know that three people have said chocolate. So chocolate, if I start selling chocolate more, if I start ordering chocolate more, it would improve my sales. I would know which flavor to order more. Okay, Harjap, beta, you'll have to first of all turn on the camera. Okay, everybody, Arsh and Piyush, if you're listening, please tell me if you've understood this. Whatever we discussed today, was this clear to you? Okay, Arsh. For mode, you need the output to be from the distribution. Uh, it's not simply about distribution. It is simply the data that you've collected. It could be from anywhere. Simply the data that you've collected, the most frequently collected data is the mode. You can calculate it for age, you can calculate it for average income, you can calculate it for anything. What I'm explaining here is that mode will be a better term to use or to understand if you're selling something, if you want to know what is more liked by people. So you should use the term mode. If you want, if the data has extreme ends, if you talk about economy, it has very poor people, it has top richest people. And if you want to exclude these extremities, then you should use median. If you want to be if you want a fair distribution of things, equal distribution of things, the term that you should use is mean. Present in raw data while calculating mean might not be. Okay. See, you can use raw data only for mean. For rest two things, you have to arrange the data for median as well as for mode. For mode, you will have to know what is the frequency of every collected data. Mean you can calculate if you have the data without even arranging it. You can simply add it, divide it by the total, you'll get the mean. That's it. Okay, let me repeat everything for Harjap. Beta Harjap, you cannot be 40 minutes late to the class, first of all. The class was supposed to start at 5. You've joined at 5:40. Although I'm repeating it for you, but again, I cannot repeat everything that we have discussed. So I'll give you a quick recap about what we talked in the class. So we were discussing data handling, and in data handling, first of all, what is data handling? To explain this, there are data collected about different things. It could be marks, mathematics marks of a classroom. It could be average income of a city or a state or a country, right? It could be number of products sold by a company. There can be multiple data. So collecting them and arranging them in an order which can be understood by people is data handling. Now there are various formats of arranging the data. It can be done in a form of a chart. It can be done in a form of a graph, in a pie chart, various other forms, right? But before coming to that, uh, one particular term that we need to understand is raw data. So raw data is simply the unorganized data that you collect. For example, I randomly start asking people, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Without arranging it, I simply note down all the flavors of people that of what people like. That will be the raw data. It is unorganized. Now let us say if I'm talking about marks, I start arranging these marks in an increasing order. In a classroom, it started from 30 to 50, and I start arranging them in the increasing order. Now this is an organized data which can be read, which can be represented. It's okay, Harjap. Okay, please pay attention now. So in data handling, there are these three main terms: mean, median, and mode. We'll talk about range in a while, but these are the most important terms of data handling. Mean is basically the average. You add the total number of readings divided by the total. For example, you have 5 subjects, your score is 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80, right? So if you have to calculate the mean of your score or the average of your score, you will add all the marks and divide by 5, because the total subjects are 5. That is the mean of your score. What will be the median? Median is the middle term. For that, you will have to arrange everything. Let's take that example. Let's say your score was 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. So to calculate mean, you will add all of them and divide by 5. Median, you will simply look at the middle term. The middle term is 45, so that is the median. Right? For mode, you require a bigger data. For example, let's say in the same test or in the same exam, you had 6 subjects and you got 45 in 2 of them. So this number 45 is repeated, 45 is repeated twice. It is more frequent. The most frequent score is 45. So that will become the mode. Harjap, is this clear? Mean is the average, median is the middle term, mode is the most frequent term, which keeps on repeating itself. Okay. Next, range. What is range? Range is very simple. The lowest and the highest value of distribution is the range. For example, if you're collecting data of average income of an Indian man, and the lowest you got was, let's say, 1,20,000 rupees. The highest you got was, this is just hypothetical again, was, let's say, 20 CR. So the range is 1,20,000 to 20 CR, 20 crores. That is the working range of the data collected. For example, if you're selling shoes, the smallest shoe that you make is size 6, and the biggest shoe that you make is size 12. So the range will be 6 to 12. I hope this is clear to everybody. Arsh, Harjap, and if Piyush is also listening. Okay, great. So before moving on, or before ending the class, let's see what have you understood. For that, we'll discuss a few questions, and I want, if you know the answer, to send the answer in chat. Just give me a minute. Okay. This is the question. This is data collected of 15 students, and it is the score obtained in mathematics. You have to tell what is the mode of this given data. Come on, everybody. What is the mode of this given data? It's very simple. See, for smaller data, you can easily tell the answer. But for bigger data, you need to arrange it. Arsh, if you know the answer, please send it in the chat. If you're not able to send in chat, please look at the button at top in chat. you will find a button of starting a new chat. Click on that, select my name, and send your answer. Okay. Okay, let me tell you, Arsh, this is wrong. And I'll also tell you why is this wrong. You will always get wrong answers if you don't arrange the data. This is raw data. This is called raw data. You need to arrange it first. Okay, very good, Piyush. See, uh, if you have to arrange the data, look at the smallest number. The smallest score was 5. Is there a bigger score than 5? I think after 5, we have 10. Then, okay, let me cancel it. 5, 10, then 15, then 18, 15, 18. Next is 25, another 25, cancel 25. Do we have any more 25s? No. Next, 26, again a 26, again a 26. Next, after 26, what's the bigger number than 26? It is 30. 30 once, cancel. Then 32, cancel. Then 33, cancel. Then 37, cancel. Then 39, and then 42. So it's quite clear now that 26 is the most frequent or most repeated term. So 26 will be the right answer. I hope this is clear to everybody. If you have any questions regarding the topic, anything that you want to ask, please let me know. Yes, Arsh, Harjap, Piyush, any questions, anything that you want to ask? Okay. If everything is clear to you, okay, great. Before we end the class, I have a few things to say. Uh, Unlike most of the maths classes, my focus won't be in getting all the correct answers. Let me tell you, the way or my methodology is simply to make you understand the concepts. The result should be that you get all the right answers, right? And that's the obvious result. So instead of, this is also an approach for all of you. So instead of just remembering or memorizing the steps, not just for data handling for any chapter, it should not be simply remembering the steps. That step one is to add all of the given data. Step two is to divide it by the total number of data. And step three, you get the answer. Instead of that, my method would be to simply make you understand what is mean. Mean is basically average. To calculate average, you have to add all the terms and divide by the total number. And that's how you get the average. If you understand this, you're more likely to get all the answers correct. And also remember this for a long time. Similarly, if we are talking about data handling, you know where to use mean, where to use median, where to use mode. This will be more helpful in your exam, in your life, everywhere, rather than simply telling you that this is the formula. You only need to know the formula for mean. You only need to know the formula for median. You only need to know how to calculate mode. That's not my motive in the class. So just with that, I'll end the class. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Give us permission to speak. Okay, let me just check. Yes, Arsh. I think you can unmute yourself now.
Sir, I have a doubt in what is mode?
What is mode? Okay, so mode is the most frequently occurring data. For example, let's say you are a company that sells atta, right? So you have 3 different packets of atta, a 5 kg packet, a 10 kg packet, and a 50 kg packet, right? And let's say today you got 10 orders, 5 kg, then you got an order for 50 kg, then you got an order for 10 kg, then again for 5, then again for 10, one more for 10, another one for 50, another one for 10, one for 5, and another one for 10. So if you arrange this data, you will find that 10 is the most frequently occurring data. How many times is 10 being repeated? 5 times. So the mode will be 10.
Sir, 5.
Exactly. The mode will be 10 because it is repeating the maximum time. The most repeated data, the most frequently occurring data is the mode. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Great then, everybody. I hope I'll see you in the class next time.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
You're welcome, everybody.
Sir, what is medium?
That was her. Okay, let me answer the questions one by one. So, Piyush had a question. How will you link the class material to the Olympiad question since the kids learn this material at school anyway? So, sir, we have, I hope it's the parent. So, we have different test papers, we have different questions. And first, once the student understands the concept, then we will integrate the concept with the questions that student might face in the exam. So it will include all the test papers, practice sheets, and also previous year question papers, so that there is no
Sir,
stone unturned.
sir, can you give a recap of this all in 5 minutes?
Recap of what? Okay, Arsh and Piyush, if you don't have any other question, you can end the class. Okay, you're
Bye,
welcome.
sir.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome, beta.